So let's try again. I hope everything is working now. I had some, let's say, technical issues, but stream status is now good, so I think we're good to go. Um, so if you missed the intro, if the intro wasn't displayed for some reason, for some weird reason tonight, welcome to AOR GT3. Um, this is the final round of the season. Um, this is Brno in the Czech Republic, so yeah, I'm trying to let you guys see what is going on. So previous stream is fine, stream status is bad again, but yeah, just let me know in the chat if there are any problems. Um, I will try my very best to keep you updated, to keep you on the racing. So let's have a quick look in the actual racing and see how qualifying is going. We do have 7 drivers tonight. For the last round there are 2 missing, and actually at least 2 who missed the race start for some reason. So it's our championship winner, it's our, yeah, basically champion. Tio Jamu again. I will give you a quick roundup when they line up for the grid in the formation lab, what the championship standings is. It's THR Mu with an incredible 57.2 on the pole position currently, and we do have KO Theory sitting in the pits there with 126 remaining, so it doesn't look like he's going out again in P2 in the Cadillac with, yeah, already 1.1 seconds of the pole time from Mu. Third place is our Italian stallion, it's Wheezy. He's up there as well with all the good guys. So yeah, my chat is working again. So if you are in the chat and if the stream is somewhat working, let me know if it's fine for you or if it's laggy, because I'm really a little bit confused about my technical setup here, because it's sometimes showing red and green and swapping all over from yellow to uh, yeah, from basically from red to green in every second. So yeah, just let me know if everything is fine, if you can see the racing. So nevertheless, it's Wheezy. He looked like he's warming up his tires for a final run, as the first 2 guys are sitting in the pits. Then we do have Detox in P4 in the second Cadillac, and Copper Nuts in the Ferrari in P5, and he's just crossing the line with, yeah, about 7 seconds to go. So at the very last time, as Mr. Rough 'em Up and Eagle are sitting in the pits. Qualifying is completed, so it's Wheezy is on a fast lap, as he is just coming out of turn 2. Detox looks like he is coming up to the start finish, to the last chicane basically. Let's see if he can improve. Yeah, this is the last chicane, as you could see a glimpse of the pit entry on the right side. So he's coming up to the line, and can he improve his time? Nope, he couldn't improve his time. Then let's have a look at Wheezy. We will have a quick look at the track throughout the race, as we missed the entry and all the um, corners and the track layout, and I will give you a short roundup of the track as well. But yeah, as I said, we were a little late, so couldn't do it before, or I have done it before, but I think the stream wasn't ready, so I had to restart all my internet, my router, basically to give it going. So let's have a look at Wheezy's time. Is he able to catch Chaos Theory, or is he even able to put up a fight on Mu? Okay, let's see. So yeah, Rainbow, I read your comments. I will come back to this just in a second. So, it's Wheezy coming up the last chicane, very close to the inside tire walls there. A little power slide out of the penultimate corner and going around the last corner. Let's see if he's able to improve his time. Yes, he can, but he stays in third. I think I saw a glimpse of that. Yes, so it was very close between Chaos Theory and Wheezy. It's yeah, our championship winner. It's the third time championship winner actually, TH Armu. Again on pole position for the last round. We do have Chaos Theory and Wheezy in second and third, and both actually were quicker than the last pole time we had here in season 10, which was in 58.7. So yeah, very impressive times nevertheless. Even they are over 1 second behind our pole sitter THR Moo. So we have Detox in P4, Coppernuts in P5, Mr. Ruffum up in P6, and no time set from Eagle. Eagle already in the chat on his phone, I assume. So yeah, couldn't drive the damn car. Yeah, probably. Um, yeah, proper project cars problems. So Eagle, keep your head down. There are only 6 drivers in front of you. Give us a good fight all over the race so that I can commentate on. So as I said, as you're not new on AOR by now, we do have a manual formation lap, so everybody will, or every car will go down the formation lap on a very slow pace, and we will take the opportunity and have a quick look at the championship standings before the last round. So there it is. As I said, it's TH Armu who basically won every race except the last one, where we had some really weird Xbox Live issues with a lot of disconnections and only 3 cars finishing, which gifted, yeah, basically Detox a win. Nevertheless, a good race against Coppernuts and our Portuguese friend Patos, who's not here tonight. Um, but as I said, TH Omu basically won every race, as there will be one drop of a week this year around, or this season around. He basically won every race he's driven before. So um, yeah, it looks like TH Omu is giving himself a little bit of a challenge, as you can see in the background. No, you can't see actually. Okay, so then I jinxed the surprise for you. Nevertheless, TH Omu, as I said, won every race, and the biggest challenge for everybody will be: can anyone beat him today, except Xbox Live, which beat him last week. So um, then we do have Wheezy starting from P3 actually this year, or this race. Basically secured P. Yeah, he basically secured P2. Only if he doesn't score any points and Eagle wins, there is a chance for Eagle to go on for the second place in the championship. Then we have TMK Theory, who dropped the first 2 rounds because of a car change. They changed from the Ferrari to the Cadillac on the after round 2. It was KO Theory and Detox basically both switching their cars, as they are teammates and they stayed teammates. So Nali missing today because of work commitments. Very unfortunate, because he did a very good job this year, very much improved from season 12. So would love to see him go again for the race win or even the lead. So it's Coppernuts. He's here. It's yeah. How do we? He got a little nickname last year. I think it was Safe Hands, something like that, Mr. Safe Hands, because he's basically never making any mistakes and taking it very easy through the start of the race. We do have then Detox and LGS in the last places, and the only one who can make up some places tonight is Mr. Ruffum Up, as most of the drivers in front of him are not here tonight. So as we're approaching the formation point, we'll switch back to the live screen and let you guys see what actually is going on. And as you saw, it's TH Amu giving himself a little bit of a challenge, dropping back to the back of the field. So it's now TMK or Theory on pole position, Wheezy with him in P2, Detox in P3, Coppernuts in P4, Mr. Rough 'em Up in P5, Eagle with no time set. Let's see what he can do from P6 on, and Moo from P7. So let's have a quick look at the race start. So acceleration point is basically from the end of the pit lane entry. So let's have a look when they are going. Yeah, looks like we're racing in Brno for round 10 of the GT3 Season 13 Xbox One Tier 1 Championship. So let's have a look very cleanly into turn 1. Mr. Ruffin up, we saw him in the background defending his positions on the inside, but already dropping to Eagle and Moo, but he's coming back a little bit coming back. Oh no, oh, not really. So let's have a look at Eagle and Coppernuts going into turn 3, which is a very tricky off-camber corner where you can make very easy mistakes. So, but this looked very good, and THR Moo around the outside of Coppernuts. As I said, Coppernuts is taking it very easy on the opening laps. Not making a fuss of any position he can have, so taking it very easy and counting on the mistakes of others to pick up the slack. So it's Eagle already in P4, right at the back of Detox actually, taking a very close line to the next corner. THR Moo taking it very easy as well into the opening corners, but we will have a look at Eagle and Detox fighting for P3 as the front two are not in striking distance basically. So there he goes for the inside on the hairpin, down the on the downhill hairpin, which is as well a very tricky corner. And yeah, I will have a very very short bonus clip for you guys if you stick into the stream when we have a little bit of time to show it. I will show you a little bit of a bonus clip, so stay tuned for this one. It's to give you a little bit of a heads up. It's from Season 4 Project Cars 1, Round 1 here in Brno, which was my personal first race on AOR in the GT3 leagues in the former called Elite Tier. So yeah, very nice and very nice retro memories for me, and I had to include it. So yeah, let's wait for some time on the race when the race calms itself down a little bit, so we can have the bonus clip for you guys. So it's THR Moo still warming up his tires, as I saw him weaving in the background. I think stream is looking fine so far. Yeah, Rainbow said it is fine, so yeah, I will trust him that it is fine basically. As Rainbow drove in this league before with me as well. So let's have a look. Actually, Detox was able to put up a little bit of a gap to Eagle, who got just overtaken by Moo. Moo now up in P4, and I think Eagle does the THR Moo tactic from what was the round? It was the Le Mans round, I think round 4, something like that, to pick up a very fast driver in front and yeah, just stay in the slipstream and let him drag around. So let's see what Moo is able to do from P4 now. So we will have a quick look at the front. It's Chaos Theory leading the pack, still leading the pack with the gap of 1.1 seconds over our Italian stallion Wheezy. So gaps are now forming a little bit. Detox is falling a little bit behind, 2.5 seconds behind Wheezy. And yeah, then it's Moo in P4 closing up to the back of Detox already, with Eagle following both of them in the beautiful Black Falcon liveried Mercedes AMG GT3. Mr. Rough 'em Up already back in P6, where he basically started. I think, no, he started in P5 as Eagle was in P7. Funktioniert alles. So sorry for a small hassle. So let's have a look at the lap times, what these guys are doing to get an idea of how the gaps are forming. Um, we do have KO Theory. This is not KO Theory, this is Detox, but I switched to him because Moo is closing in. So it's KO Theory up front, doing a 59.5, which is, I think, already track records for this time, because the last time we were here at Season 10, I mentioned it earlier, we had the mighty THR Wolf winning the race and being on pole position just in front of THR Moo. And the fastest lap time then was a 20.4. So yeah, with a 59.5, let's have a look if it's already if they were already faster. It's yeah, 59.5 from last lap. Yeah, so that's the best lap. Um, that's already nearly a second faster than a Wolf was before, 3 seasons ago. So let's have a look if THR Mu is lining up Detox and how he's able to get by him. Um, as Eagle basically is way off pace with a 203.4, which is on pace with Coconuts, but that's not usually a very good sign. As I said, Coconuts are most likely is not the fastest driver in the grid, but yeah, for sure the safest and steadiest driver in the grid. Yeah, they both now did 202 mids. As Moore is just dipping into the 59s. So yeah, let's have a look. Well, keep an eye on Eagle. Oh, that was a close one for Moo out of the curb on turn. No, which turn is it? Turn 5, I think it is. So we will have a look at the track map very shortly, when we will have the chance to do so. Yeah, gap is forming a little bit again as Moo did had a little bit of a tank slapper, and got caught out by the curbs, which is very easy to do on this track because you have a very wide track compared to most of the other GT3 tracks, and so you can run alternate lines basically. You can run a wide entry um, to get a good exit speed of the corners, or the other way around, torpedo into the corner and yeah, basically sacrifice your exit. As you can see, both these drivers having very different lines, as Moo is trying to take a very wide line into the corner to have a good exit speed over to Detox, because the main issue for Moo is here that the cars are very different. So with the powerful engine of the Cadillac and the superior straight line speed, he had to make himself something of a strategy to get by Detox, because Detox is very fast on the straight, where Moo is a little bit lacking with straight line speed. So it's not that bad actually. As I thought before, we evaluated this problem or the theory a few streams now, and as you can see, we can have a look at the top speed times as I showed you the speedometer. On the left side, Detox had a small mistake coming out of turn 4, the tricky left-handed off-camber corner, which I mentioned before earlier. So or earlier before. Um, so this corner is very tricky, and he's not the first one who got caught out by this corner. So yeah, that's problem solved for Moo, and he's going by. Already up in P3 it is, which is the last podium position on this race. So we still have all our drivers here, and I think we will have a look at Moo closing down Wheezy, who is actually struggling for pace as well compared to KO Theory. Last lap he was 1.5 seconds slower than KO Theory in the Cadillac. And yeah, I think Chaos Theory would be pleased with another win, or with a win this season in the Cadillac, because yeah, it's one of the rare seasons where he didn't win any races. He probably would have won the last round at Bathurst in the endurance race, but yeah, he got disconnected as well. So let's have a look at the track map and jump on board with our championship winner, Moo. So coming up to turn 1, it's a very tricky corner with multiple apexes and multiple lines to choose, leading into turn 2, which is still the right-hander, and the left kink is turn 3 you just saw. Then you have a little bump over the straight, accelerating very hard, braking at around 70 meters, probably a little bit earlier, and avoid the sausage curb on the inside, because this corner, as I said, is off camber as well as this one. Don't run too wide on exit as Moo did before, because the curb can really catch you out on this one. Then another tricky off-camber double right-hander, which is turn 6 and turn 7, where you have to carry a lot of speed, and then which leads into a left-hander, very slow left-hander, where Moo actually is going in third gear, which is sounds a little bit weird. The next off-camber left-hander and left-right combination, where we will have 2 more leading up to the start-finish straight with turn 9 and 10. Then pretty much a very short back straight where you accelerate up to 230 kph, braking at the ambulance van on the left side. Again, multiple lines possible. Then the penultimate chicane, left, right, up the hill, where you have to carry a lot of speed over to the uphill straight, leading on to the last corners to turns 12 and 13. Basically every corner, as you saw on this track, is off camber, so if your tires are not in a good shape, you really struggle. If you choose the wrong tires, you really struggle as well. So yeah, it's a really tricky track to drive, and a really tricky track to be fast and consistent on. So as I said, its in-game date is the 20th of October. So it's autumn in the Czech Republic, as you can see, with all the brown leaves on the trees around the track. And I did a little practice session before, just to make myself familiar with the circumstances here, and it was around 18-degree air temperature and 15-degree drag temperature. So from my days in Project Cars 2 racing these cars, I learned every temperature below 30 degree you have to go for soft tires, because the hard tire won't generate any grip nor heat. You can't get them up to pressures, and if you can't get them up to pressures, they just don't generate any heat. So, as I know, my fellow sportsman, Chaos Theory, is always struggling on the soft tires, so he's basically, despite my advice that you have to do the soft tires below 30 degree, he's probably on the hard tires nevertheless. So his pace is very good and very impressive for a start, but as you can see as well, very interesting. Last lap, first free lap for THR Moo, without detox in his way, giving him the dirty air or slowing him down. His lap time was a 59.6, which is actually which is actually slower than TMK Theory's fastest lap time. But as you can see, he quite quickly closed up to Wheezy, the second placed driver in the championship, and is trying to overtake him. Do you like driving this track, Apple? Is Rainbow asking in the comments. I'm not sure. Basically, I'm always driving, or I always like driving some kind of boat cars, I think. So, such as the SLS in PC2, PC1, the AMG in PC2, we drove the Bentley before. We drove the um, which was the other one? I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, I think I drove the Audi in season 10 here, which is not particularly a boat, but yeah, very tricky to drive with the middle engine as well. So um, there are a lot of off-camber corners, and so it's very tricky to drive and very tricky to stay consistent and don't make any mistake on this track. Um, so yeah, I basically like driving this track because it's if you find your rhythm, if you can find your line and get a little bit of a rhythm, it's a very fluent track to drive. There are no hard braking points like there are like last week on Bathurst, where you do have basically two different tracks in one, or the very small tracks in Sugo or in Zhuhai with very hard and stiff braking points like we had before. So um, yeah, it's a very fluent track, as I said, and if you can get your rhythm, it's very enjoyable to drive as well. Yeah. So it's very wide. You can take different lines, so it's basically a good track for racing as well, because, as I said, plenty of overtaking spots, plenty of possibilities to um, freak out your opponent, basically. Um, so as we do have some red numbers up there, I will quickly check the penalties. And yes, we do have penalties actually. It's Wheezy with a 1 second penalty and Detox with a 1 second penalty already. As I said, you can you can go wide on the curbs, especially at the exit of this corner and at the exit of turn turn 10. Yeah, turn 10 was what I meant. Turn 6, turn 10, basically turn 11, turn 13, all the sweeping corners leading onto a straight. There is enough space to go um, onto the curb um, and go wide, but as I said, you can easily go too wide and pick up a penalty, because penalties in this game, I can shortly introduce you. Um, you get a slowdown penalty when all four tires cross the white line, which defines the track limits. So if you're crossing this line, you will get a slowdown penalty, and if you don't slow down in the next 30 seconds after you got the slowdown penalty, slowing down means braking early for a corner or slowing down on the straight, basically. Um, the game will award you a time penalty, like Wheezy and Detox already have. So, as I said, Wheezy and Detox already with a 1 second time penalty, which at this point stage of the race is not as bad as it could be, because yeah, it's basically there are basically 20 laps to go. So if you're not familiar, you should by now with the AOR rules. If you're watching this stream for the first time, I will explain it to you nevertheless. So we do have a mandatory pit stop, as we saw Eagle with a 2:14 dropping down to the last place, which is, yeah, a little bit weird. So let's see if he can stay motivated and finish the race. Obviously struggling in P7. I don't think he was in the pits, but that's what I just wanted to say. There's a mandatory pit stop for every driver in this race, or in every race on AOR. So you have to enter the pits once between the second racing lap and the penultimate racing lap, so you can't stop at the first and you can't stop at the last lap. You don't have to change anything, you don't have to refuel, you don't have to change tires, just go to the pits, stop, and go again. So there are different strategies approaching this one, as you can go to the as you can go for a very light car and refuel. But yeah, by now basically nobody does this because refueling um, takes way more time than driving a fully or an up-fueled car. As we can see, Detox oh no, not Detox, Moo making some moves on Wheezy, trying to put him under pressure. He's now on the outside for the last chicane, trying to drift around the outside, as I saw, but he's going very wide, but nevertheless, looks like he made it. Looks like he made it through, and Wheezy is going to the pits, actually. Yes, there's the first one, serving the mandatory pit stop. And yeah, let's see what the pretty early pit stop basically means for him. As you can saw, nothing changed, no refuel, no tire change, just stop and go again. So that's how you have to do it. So yeah, that's Wheezy. I will make a little, oh, and as we switch back to Mr. Rough 'em Up, he's going to the pits as well. Um, Probably, I can imagine these drivers, as Eagle did a 2:23 last lap. Probably he made his pit stop already and changed his tires, which is very likely, I think. Um, could be that I missed his pit stop. Yeah, looks like Eagle made his pit stop, and as I said, Wheezy made his pit stop. There's probably a possibility that you can change the tires as the time of day is getting later, and therefore temperatures are dropping. Probably you can start on the pre-warmed hard tires. Um, Try to not let them cool down as much in the formation lap, and then change to the soft tires later on if you experience no grip on the hard tires. It's Gibbs, I guess, from the AOR forum as well. 7 drivers. Is that it? Yes, that it is. That is it. I think we have 2 drivers um, who signed off earlier in the week because of work commitments. One other just tonight, and I think it's 2 missing. So yeah, very small grid for the last round, but nevertheless, we will have some fun commentating on the last 18 rounds of season, or last 18 laps of season 13 here on the Apex Online Racing channel. So as I said, it's season 13 coming to a close. We did have the first 7 or 8. I'm not sure. I think 7 or 8 seasons on Project Cars 1, on the original Project Cars game, and this is then the 7th or even the 7th, 6th or 7th season on Project Cars 2. I drove in this league from season 4 on Project Cars. Project Cars 1 times. And actually in season 4, the first race of the Elite Tier or of the GT3 season was here in Brno on yeah, with pretty even circumstances. It was pretty much the same, and this was basically a good moment or a good sentence to show you the bonus clip. But yeah, as we're watching Moo closing down Chaos Theory, I don't want to miss the overtake for the lead, so yeah, just wait a few more minutes to see the bonus clip. One of the best, basically the best sim racing moments I had on this game, or basically in sim racing. Really great, and I'm happy to show it to you. That I found it in my Xbox DVR earlier this night, and yeah, let's see how when we are able to show it. So nevertheless, we have our New Zealandish, yes, you heard right, he's from New Zealand. New Zealandish driver TH on Moon closing down Chaos Theory for the lead. He dropped back to the last place on the grid and just to give himself a little bit of a challenge, and he took it very easy, made no harsh moves on anybody, um, took it very easy with most of the drivers, and yeah, he was basically the fastest driver. He was basically unbeatable in his Ginetta this season. He already won the last 2 seasons, so he's our season 11, season 12, and season 13 championship winner. Oh, but basically out of season 11, I think he won as well. Yeah, it was last season where THR Wolf joined in for I think a few rounds at the end, and but it was too late to make a challenge on THR Mu as his teammate THR Wolf, THR stands for Team Highlands Racing, switched over to the PC side of things and dominating the PC Tier 1 this season with, I think, already at least 6 or 7 wins out of the 9 rounds they drove. So yeah, basically a lot of the drivers on console are switching to PC as it's completely different driving this game, especially this game on PC. I myself switched to PC as well after my shoulder injury earlier this year, and now we see THR Moon pitting. So let's see if he can jump Wheezy. Where is Wheezy? Basically, he's coming up the hill, coming up um, to the last chicane, and yeah, Moo is already going again. I think he will have it and will jump Wheezy for P2 as they were side by side when Wheezy got into just at the in the background. You saw Moo leaving the pits. There he is, leaving the pits, and a glimpse of Wheezy in the background, which is I guess about 4 to 5 seconds. Um, yeah, which looks like it is very comfortable. So nevertheless, Moo now has over 20 seconds of a gap to Chaos Theory. And let's see if Chaos Theory responds the next lap and goes to pits as well, to cover off the undercut from Moo. Um, as I said, it's only a tactical undercut. Moo is obviously fighting cold tires as he's weaving around. It's most likely a tactical undercut because um, there's no tire change, so there's no possibility to change to a new set of tires as you do in Formula 1 and go faster in your outlap to basically made it jump your opponent in front of you. So we now have again, like last round, leading the two Cadillacs the two Cadillacs leading the race. Sorry for the bad grammar. So it's yeah, Chaos Theory in P1 and Detox with a very lonely race by now in P2 with 15 seconds behind. The gap from Moo to Chaos Theory is jumping a little bit back and forth, but I think that's due to the timing screen which Project Cast provide. And yeah, it looks like, or now it looks like it's gone way down. And Chaos Theory actually goes to the pits. Yes, he tries to. Oh, that's a slow stop. Very long waiting time there. It looks like he tries to cover up the undercut from Moo. So there is Moo already on the start-finish straight. Chaos Theory leaving the pits, and I think that is Moo taking P2. Yes, just in the background you saw Chaos Theory coming out of the pits. Yes, that's about a 2-second gap. Oh, that worked out not very good for Chaos Theory. So the tactical undercut for Moo just worked, and he took the virtual lead as Detox is the only one besides... Oh no, looks like Copenhagen was in pits as well. So Detox is the only one left to make his pit stop. And let's see what they're able to do as Moo is already 5 seconds behind Detox. So as we learned, you lose about 20 seconds in a pit stop. So we will probably drop back to P4. So Yeah, Detox has to block Moo to get. Oh, my controller disconnected. That's very unfortunate. Wait a moment, I will switch the batteries. Sorry for that one. Yeah, it looks like these are working again, so sorry. Sorry for that one, not enough technical issues tonight. um, Only missing my headset is going off, but yeah, we will fight through all that and see what we're going. So, I'm guessing we lost one driver. Yeah, it's Eagle, who dropped out and wasn't able to motivate himself to go to the end when he was struggling on pace. So probably we can introduce Eagle in the chat for in the next few minutes, and he can probably explain why he was basically struggling for grip. And yeah, Rainbow. That's your friend Detox blocking Moo. Yeah, not a tactic. They thought it would work, so Detox went to the pits. It's Moo in P1, it's Chaos Theory in P2, it's Wheezy actually already or still very close behind, 4 seconds. Um, on Chaos Theory, Detox still in the pits? Oh no, he's now leaving the pits. Let's see where Mr. Roughem is. Yeah, there he's coming round the last corner. Yeah, but basically no chance to catch him up. With the last lap time at 2:03, this time again at 2:03. Yeah, which is basically not competitive enough to challenge Detox for P4. So yes, it looks like we do now have a little bit of time for the bonus clips. So as I said, um, my personal first race on AOR was Season 4, Project Cars original game. Um, I was driving before in some German leagues, as I am from Germany, and was looking for another challenge, basically, and Apex Online Racing was the best way to provide this challenge, as they are the official leak from the Slightly Match Studios, from the producer of the game. So I thought to myself, okay, let's see, jump into Apex Online Racing and see how I compare to the best drivers in Europe, basically, as they are all driving on Apex Online Racing. So I thought to myself, just jump in. I was surprised to be able to qualify for the Elite Tier, for Tier 1. And the first race, there was no mandatory pit stop, and I tried to save my tires to go through the end. And yeah, first race was here in Brno, and let's see if I can show it to you. And this happened in the last corner of the race, in the last lap. They were struggling for grip as well. Claim I was pretty much freaking out the whole time, and this was, as I said, it was a great experience for me. In the first race on Apex Online Racing against all these aliens. TH Moon wasn't there, but there were other aliens. I remember Reserve 1 Italian. I remember Suomi, who's driving in on PC by now. I remember, I think one of the guys, or the guys in the BMW, was SDL Lucky from these times. Yeah, and over the years we do had a lot of very fast drivers in the Xbox One GT3 tier, um, starting from THR Wolf, as I said, who's now dominating the PC leagues. 8 the Ace, a very common name on the PC side of things. struggling, or no, not struggling, um, putting up good results on Assetto Corsa Competizione on PC League. We do had Murphy, very fast driver on the PC side a couple of years ago, and starting here in basically in my league on the Xbox One. Um, we had yeah, Rainbow last seasons. It was a bit loud, but nicely done. Okay. Yeah, sorry um, for the voice or for the sound. I didn't check it before, so yeah, it was Rainbow before. Yes, I saw it. I said it. Rainbow drove before in this league. A very fast driver, very consistent driver. Um, was always fun to drive against. We had yeah, basically the one I drove all the time in all the seasons is Scale Theory. Still in this league, still a very fast driver, still a very consistent driver. Always a very nice guy to drive on. Um, yeah, we had my long time teammate, Shirek. Shout out to Dennis, driving in this league, giving up good fights through all the years. Um, yeah, Coconuts is a long time member of this league as well, or of this um, on Apex Online Racing. Um, yeah, we had OTL Dave Alex switching over to PC by now. Milo was former driver, OTL Milo, former driver on Xbox. Um, and there are plenty more. All of them jumped to PC as the experience. Um, yeah, it's quite a bit different. It's probably um, that's probably here the best race to explain everything, because when you're starting on the Xbox side with there is TM Chirac is online. Just speaking of him, he is now online, and yeah, nevertheless, this was my teammate, which I spoke of earlier. So when you race with 6 opponents here on Xbox, which can be fun at times, which can be very good at times, and which is most likely very respectful, as we have very few stewards inquiries over one season. I think this season, not even a handful. So it's very respectful driving. Oh, as Scale Theory got a little bit wide out of turn 3. You race against 26, 25, 24 opponents on PC. The chance that there is someone exactly, and I'm not even saying exactly, nor meaning exactly on your pace, is very good, and provides another level of racing. The game is a little bit different. I own both. I own the games both on Xbox and on PC. Um, I've never driven it on Xbox since the last round of season 12, so but drove it on the PC and experienced a really big difference. It's a whole different game on the PC side of things. It's way more smooth. It's way more for speedback is good. The live track feature works a lot better than on the yeah, basically not underpowered Xbox. But if you have a standard Xbox, the Project Cars game causes some problems to the original standard Xbox One. I do own the Xbox One X and never had real problems, but as I said, it nevertheless feels pretty different to the PC things. And yeah, I'm now driving in the Assetto Corsa Competizione League. I qualified for Tier 2 as my time trials were not good enough for Tier 1, and yeah, basically as my time trials are never good enough because I'm not that guy for one fast lap. I'm more the consistent race pace guy, but yeah, qualified for Tier 2 and had a partly good race in Spa last week, and a partly good race at the Nürburgring yesterday. But yeah, I'm still struggling with my shoulder, as I injured my shoulder earlier. I said it in the former streams as well. I'm still struggling with my shoulder to keep it yeah, to stay consistent for a whole race. So I'm really struggling for results, not struggling for pace in Tier 2. And I think I am one of the faster guys there, as I was clearly the fastest guy in race on, or one of the three fastest guys on race in Spa. But I just made a rookie mistake and had to save about 15 liters of fuel. So yeah, then with saving 15 liters of fuel, you're not fast anymore. And yesterday on Nürburgring, I did some silly mistakes as well, fighting for probably not the podium, but a top 5 finish. But yeah, let's see how the Hungaroring race in next week goes. And yeah, probably if you want to check it out, follow me on Twitter. I will try to start and stream these races as well for you um, whilst I'm driving, so that you can see myself driving and not only talking weird things in weird English. So yeah, follow me on Twitter, link is in the description, and yeah, stay tuned for more racing on from Sepp at 16.5. So as I said, I'm racing for a long time on Apex Online Racing, and if you want to try to didn't you blow up your tires? Yes, thanks for reminding me, Rainbow. um, the tire model in Assetto Corsa Competizione is very interesting, as you can't see the wear whilst driving. You can only see the wear of your tire when you come back to the pits and watch your last set of tire. So yeah, I blew my left rear tire just 20 minutes to go, and basically from there on race was over. But yeah, I made some silly mistakes before, so race was over before basically. And the left rear puncture was the icing on the cake basically for yesterday's race. But yeah, not speaking over my racing, we want to speak over this racing here. So if you want to join Apex Online Racing, visit apexonlineracing.com. As I said, this is the last race of the season, but there will surely be season 14. So if you're on Xbox, if you own a PS4, if you're racing on PC, don't be shy. Go to Apex Online Racing, sign up there. It's free. It's totally free. Um, yeah, sign up and keep an eye on the forums for the announcement of season 14. As well, you can have a look in the description. Down below there is the link from the Apex Online Racing forum, or at least there should be the link of the Apex Online Racing forum, as well as the link of the Twitter account from Apex Online Racing. So all the basic and interesting announcement will be there for you to see. So yeah, switch over, put out your Twitter account, follow Apex Online Racing, follow Sepp at 16.5, and you will miss any of the racing over the next few days, weeks, and months, because racing, there will always be racing. Yeah, let's have a quick look at all the drivers and see how they are doing. As we talked a lot of off topic. So it's yeah, our championship winner Moo leading the race, just dipped in the 58s. I think it was the first, yeah, fastest lap for him. Last lap, 58.9, yeah, which is pretty good, pretty consistent. Oh no, pretty good, pretty quick, I wanted to say. So KO Theory in P2, with a very good gap of 20 seconds to Wheezy, who still has, oh no, he now has a 2-second penalty. But as it looks by now, it doesn't matter. Wheezy did a good job this season, secured his second position in the championship pretty early on, but yeah, there was basically no race where he had a true chance against Moo. But at least the races I watched, these were pretty clear races. He had some good battles with Eagle this season in the newer model of the Mercedes, in the AMG model. If you're not familiar with the AMG models, this is the SLS AMG GT3. It's the older model, which was used by the Mercedes works drivers works teams until 2016, 2015. No, 2016 was already The new model, I think it's, yeah, must have been 2014, 2016, 2015. Um, Still a very reliable car on Project Cars 2 if you have the right setup, and Wheezy obviously is a very good man for doing these setups, so yeah, was very fast and was able to challenge for a podium place most likely every race. So very impressive season from him. Second place again, as he was second last year as well. So then we have Detox in P4 in the mighty Cadillac. We will probably have a silent lap in a minute as well. Um, and he's always a good candidate to see to watch him or to hear him driving one lap. Mr. Rough'em Up, promoted this year to Tier 1, did a very good and consistent job. He has to improve his pace, as he's surely um, one of the drivers struggling for pace throughout the whole season. Basically, he had some very good races. Let me have a quick look in the championship standings. There was a very good one which I commentated on. Um, oh yeah, this was um, the Zugo one. No, it was in Spain. The Barcelona one where he finished P5, and as well the Zhuhai one where he. Oh no, Zhuhai was it where? Um, it's no. What is going on? Yeah, there. It's Zhuhai where we finished P5. So um, my weird screen is a little bit glitchy over time. So there's a message from Eagle on Discord. Yeah, that performance was embarrassing. I'm glad that season is over. Um, yeah, Eagle, if you're watching, keep your head down. Um, Try and practice. You're a good boy. You're a good racer, and I always enjoyed commentating your races because you did some good jobs over in this league. With some very good podiums in the first two races, P4 in Barcelona, second place as well in the endurance race in Le Mans, then an off round at Zhuhai, and then another two podiums in Fuji, or was it as first Sugo? I can't remember quietly. Although I think it was Sugo, and then the next one was in Indianapolis P3, in Fuji P5, where I wasn't able to commentate on as I was on holidays. Yeah, last season he didn't start, so and this time he didn't finish the race. But Eagle, come back stronger and better next season. Always enjoyed you racing. So P6 again, Mr. Safe, the safe pair of hands. Copanats is going to be lapped by Moo, as we saw him in the background, just quite frankly, and yeah, taking it very easy with lap times of 2:10. Yeah, Copanats, safe pair of hands, but another one who has to improve his pace going into the next season if he's coming back. Um, as this is always and will always be pretty much a hobby, even if there are some very fast guys in here, but there's no guarantee or no commitment for you to be back next season. So if you like driving on AOR, if you like driving organized races with a stewards panel, always keeping an eye on the actual racing, then sign up and yeah, sign up and have a go here. So I think before it is too late, I think it's time for the silent lap. This is one thing I always did the rounds before, where I gifted you one lap with one of the drivers on board, watching him go around the track and hear the roar and the noise of these cars. as these GT3 cars are very nice to hear and pretty different actually. Um, but I think this time, as we have to keep an eye on the gap from Wheezy to Detox, as Wheezy is about 2 seconds slower than Detox, but we will have time for another fast lap. As I saw, let me have a look, there is just a glimpse down there. No, I just it was from the qualifying. In the race feed there was fastest lap THR Mo 157.2, but that was from qualifying. No, I thought about doing a him a rocket lap, but no. So yeah, then here is your championship winner THR Mo, and I think he is the only one eligible and probably yeah, honestly deserved to get the silent lap. So I will be calm for one lap, enjoy the sound and raw of um, the mighty Ginetta GT4. So just back with the commentary then. I hope you enjoyed the mighty Ginetta, and it's not a GT4 car. As I said before, it's for sure a GT3 car, so don't get thrown off my wrong information. Um, yeah, it's a GT3 car, most likely used in the British GT Championship. I didn't saw it in the Blancpain Championship, nor did I saw it on the usual GT3 championships we do have in Germany, which is the ADAC GT Masters. There is a lot of variety in cars, but the Ginetta was nowhere to be found for me. As well as on the Nordschleife, there were some Ginetta GT4s, yeah, but not the GT3 Ginetta, so that's most likely a car from the British GT Championship. Oh, sorry, I should have muted myself, but I took a little um, drink, and it was water, basically, if anyone is wondering. Sorry. So stay tuned for the last 3 laps. We will have an interview. Yeah, with basically, no, I don't think all the drivers, but for sure with Wheezy, Chaos, and Moo. Or Detox as well, probably, and probably we can have all 6 drivers and ask them a short question. Um, so yeah, probably I will go to their party. No, I can't because I'm on PC and they are on the Xbox side of things, so I'm not sure how to switch over the wordings from their party to my OBS. So yeah, I probably will have to take them into the party on the Xbox side of things, and yeah, I will give myself a very easy way to do it and have a look at their gamer tags. So Chaos, it's you have a quick look at the easiest way is basically to do it over the Xbox DVR and have a screenshot from the last round's results. So yeah, it's Chaos Theory always providing the screenshots for me. And yeah, there it is, and there we do have the Brno qualifying. There are all the guys in, and I can read out the gamer tags from all these guys very easily to put them in the party here. So yeah, stay tuned. We will have a short interview, ask everybody a question. So if you have a special question to one of the drivers, let me know in the comments. You have 2 laps time. Oh, actually only one, as THR Mu is entering the last lap of season 13 on Apex Online Racing. Having a quick drink again to be able to speak properly to all of them. So we will switch over to the thank you screen when the race ended and invite everybody to the party as we utilize the PC, Microsoft, Xbox, whatever party tool, and do my best to I will do my best to make it work as quickly as I can so that everybody is in here and everybody is able to um, give a short answer on the question I give them. So watching KO Theory actually in P2, 30 seconds, and we missed the overtake from Detox on Wheezy, as Wheezy is really struggling on pace, coming out of a weird line in the last corner, going on to the last lap as well. So yeah, with the 2:09 last lap, he's really struggling as well. So we will have a question about that one as well. But nevertheless, he had a very good season with very few off rounds, basically. It's Mr. Rough him up. We will try to ask him about his experiences in Tier 1 this season. Let's see if he's able to put it. As we see Coppernuts drifting, Mr. Safe Pair fans. Not hitting anything, not putting any scrape on his car. So yeah, basically we missed THR Mu crossing the line with 9 wins out of 9 races, which is yeah, basically the most impressive performance I've ever seen in all of the GT3 leagues and or in all of the seasons I've done here. And yeah, then we do have KO Theory crossing the line in P2, just behind Coppernuts, who is lapped and will cross the line in P6. A double podium for the Cadillac team this time around, as we do have Detox following him about 30 seconds. And yeah, Wheezy. Detox already blinking, probably he knows he's on stream. and he's probably fine with P3. After the win last week, another good result for him, which doesn't matter in a championship standing, as he finishes the championship in P7, as most likely all the guys did finish in their respective positions they had before the race, except Mr. Ruff'em-Up, who's making up some positions, going up into P8 from P11. Yeah, so that's a nice shot of all the drivers. We do have Wheezy and Mr. Ruff'em-Up missing. There's Wheezy coming around the last corner, and Mr. Ruff'em-Up with a spin in the last lap again. Yeah, but nevertheless, I will start inviting everybody to the chat. So let's see. So we do have now. So it's THR move. Invited to the chat. So let's see. He's coming. Looks like there's an invoice sent. So it's TM Chaos Theory. Invited to the chat. Then we do have Detox invited to the chat. So there are already the people joining in. That's very good to see. We do have Copper invited to the chat. Mr. Ruff'em-Up. Yes, invited to the chat. And last one missing is Italian Stallion Wheezy. So it's the Wheezy. There he is. Alessandro. So guys, it's... Can anybody hear me? That sounds not so good. Wheezy is in the chat. Yes.
Hi.
So yeah, there's Wheezy. So Wheezy, can you help me out and invite all the others to the chat, please? As I think, oh, there's Chaos. Yes, Chaos as well.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello. Yeah, can you help me out and invite all the others to the chat as well? I will. As it is the last round, I will try
Yeah.
to give everybody a short question for the stream and to give
Yeah.
everybody, yeah, a short roundup of the season.
Detox is here.
Yeah, it's Mr. Ruff'em-Up missing, Copper and Moo.
I think Ruff'em-Up's already gone offline, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, Ruff'em-Up's already gone offline. I've Moo and Copper I've got invited here, so there you go.
Yeah, so just invite them to the chat, and
Yeah, man.
so I would quickly switch over to the in my OBS and switch over to the thanks for watching screen, so that everybody
Yeah.
is not or is fine with the screening we do have. So, guys, good last race. Season 13 is over. So I will start probably in order of the championship. Wheezy, you did a good job in the SLS this season. So, what's your take on the on season 13? Did you ever got the challenge to yeah, or the opportunity to challenge Moo for a win, or was he basically unbeatable this season?
I don't know. Maybe in a couple of races, but I don't think he was so fast in the season. So I don't think in some races I was closer, but he was faster than me every race basically. So
Yeah,
uh,
nevertheless, good job in finishing P2 in the championship in the not so common Mercedes SLS AMG. So yeah, as
yeah,
I
it
said,
was a fun car.
yeah, good job in this one. So next up is Chaos Theory. You switched cars after round two, switching from the Ferrari to the Cadillac, and you surely showed some improvement over the season in the last races. So was it the right decision to change the cars? And yeah, how was season 13 for you,
Yeah,
basically?
definitely the right choice to change cars. Uh, it was all right. It'd been better if I didn't disconnect last race. Um, but yeah, not a bad season 13 to be fair.
Yeah, you had a lot of seasons. You have a lot of seasons under your belt. So yeah, hoping to see you again in season 14. Nice to commentate on
Yeah.
you racing. So yeah, very well done, mate. Just
Cheers.
missed out on P3 in the championship probably because of the car change, but yeah, it's all about
Yeah,
the fun in this league, and if you don't have fun in a car, then change it and yeah, try to have fun basically. So well done.
that's it, mate. That's it.
So
Cheers.
Detox, you changed the car with Chaos Theory. Was it your choice? Was it Chaos' choice? Or yeah, how did the car change go on? And next question, second question for you. Um, how did your win last week feel?
Um, the change of car was basically both of us decided that the Ferrari wasn't going to be any good, so we decided to go for the boogie bus, the Cadillac. Um, Good choice, but bad as well. What I managed to win last week was pure and utter luck. Just pure and utter luck, actually. After the incident, I didn't think I would get back, but things happened, and I managed to keep going and finish the race and won.
Yes, was probably one of the luckiest wins I've ever saw, but nevertheless, you beat two opponents and
Very.
you beat two opponents, so deserved as well. So yeah, well done last week, well done this week with another podium. And
Yeah, another podium.
another podium, yes, a double podium for Team Cadillac actually. So last up, Copper Nuts. We saw you struggling. Oh no, I'm trying to find another start of the sentence. Last week, me myself and the chat, we started to. There was a former teammate from you in the chat. I can't remember his name basically. But he called you a safe pair of hands, and basically that's your new nickname, the safe pair of hands. So what did you do or what did you try to do to improve your pace? Because this was clearly the point you're lacking of over most likely the whole season.
Yeah, the pace I couldn't get used to the Ferrari. Just it didn't suit my driving style. I didn't want to change at the start of the season, so I just kind of persevered with it. What a mistake! But I still finished fifth in the championship, so it wasn't a total write-off.
Yeah, that's true. That's basically because you are the safe pair of hands and made basically no mistakes over the whole season. At least any I can remember. So yeah, good job for you as well, and hope to see you again next season with probably another car and a little bit better pace. So well done as well.
Hopefully, anyway. Cheers, Evan.
So yeah, for all the viewers remaining, season 13 is coming to a close. Unfortunately, we weren't able to put Moo into the chat. Most of one of the most dominant performances I've ever seen in the Apex Online Racing GT3 seasons. So well done from far away. Well done to New Zealand, to THR Moo. Well done to everybody competing in this season. And if you want to drive all these guys, the best guys basically in Europe, so sign up to Apex Online Racing. Stay tuned to the Twitter channels I mentioned earlier before, and see you back in season 14. Bye bye.
Bye bye.